Welcome to the Easy Peasy Methodcast, the podcast that's here to help you break free from porn the easy peasy way. No guilt, no struggle, just a new perspective that makes quitting feel natural. Because real freedom isn't about giving something up, it's about gaining back everything porn has taken from you. The podcast where we explore the wisdom of breaking free from mental traps and reclaiming control over our lives. Today, we're diving deep into a method that's changing lives the Easy Peasy Method. Today, we're diving into the profound intersection between the Easy Peasy Method and James Allen's timeless wisdom in As a Man Thinketh. If you've ever felt trapped in destructive habits or weighed down by thoughts you didn't realize were shaping your reality, this episode is for you. So let's get comfortable, take a deep breath, and settle into a conversation about thought, habit, and the simple but radical shift that can free you from any mental trap. Now, if you've ever struggled to quit something, whether it's an addiction, a habit, or even just a way of thinking, you probably know that traditional methods don't always work. Maybe you've tried sheer willpower, cutting back gradually, or distracting yourself with substitutes. And if you've done that, you also know one thing: it's exhausting. The Easy Peasy Method flips the script entirely. It's not about forcing yourself to resist temptation. It's about seeing through the illusion, understanding the mental programming that keeps you trapped and breaking free without feeling like you're missing out. That's what makes this method so powerful. Once you get it, you don't just stop a habit, you lose the desire for it altogether. So let's settle in, get comfortable, and dive into the real mechanics of how this works. Why quitting isn't about suffering, how our minds have been tricked, and most importantly, how you can walk away from any bad habit with zero regret. Okay, imagine this. You're in a maze. A complex, twisting maze filled with dead ends, wrong turns, and loops that lead you back to where you started. You see others around you, all moving, searching for the exit, trying different paths, some looking confident, others desperate. Now, imagine that in the very center of the maze, there's a big, flashing exit sign. But here's the catch. No one looks up. Everyone is so focused on finding a way out using their old strategies that they never think to change their perspective. They keep running in circles, following the same paths, convinced they just need more effort, more time, more willpower. The truth is, the exit has been right there the whole time. All you have to do is see it. That's exactly how the Easy Peasy Method works. It's not about fighting an uphill battle against your desires. It's about realizing you've been looking at the problem completely wrong. And once you do, the way out is obvious. Most of us believe that quitting an addiction or a habit means giving something up. We think we're sacrificing a source of pleasure, that we'll have to endure cravings, that we'll always feel like we're missing out. But what if that wasn't true? What if the real reason it's hard to quit isn't because of physical addiction, but because of mental programming? Let's break it down. The real reason most people struggle to quit something isn't because they can't. It's because they're afraid. Not of the habit itself, but of life without it. Think about it. When someone tries to quit, what's the first thing they say? It's going to be hard. I'll probably struggle. I don't know if I can do this. Why? Because they believe they're losing something valuable. But here's the truth. You're not losing anything. You've just been tricked into thinking you are. Let's use an analogy. Imagine someone who's been walking around with a heavy backpack their whole life. It's full of bricks. They've carried it for so long. They've convinced themselves they need it, that somehow it's helping them. One day someone tells them, you can just take that off. But instead of feeling relieved, they panic. No, I can't. What will I do without it? I need this. That's what addiction does to the mind. It convinces you that you need it to function, that it's a source of comfort, pleasure, relief. But in reality, it's just extra weight. It's making life harder, not easier. Once you realize that, quitting isn't a struggle. It's a release. Here's where the Easy Peasy Method really shines. It exposes the illusion. Most people assume their habit is providing something positive, a relief from stress, a way to relax, a moment of pleasure. But take a closer look. What's really happening? You feel stressed. You reach for your habit. You get a momentary distraction. The stress comes back. Repeat. Does that sound like relief? Or does it sound like a trap? The truth is, habits like smoking, drinking, porn, social media addiction, they don't relieve stress. They cause it. They create the craving in the first place, and then they pretend to solve it. It's like wearing tight shoes all day just to enjoy the relief of taking them off. Real freedom isn't in taking the shoes off at the end of the day. It's in realizing you never had to wear them in the first place. So, how do you actually break free? Step one is seeing the habit for what it really is, not as a source of pleasure, not as a way to cope, but as an unnecessary loop that's tricking your brain. Step two, change your perspective. Instead of thinking, I'm giving this up, start thinking, I'm escaping something that's been holding me back. Instead of thinking, I have to quit, start thinking, I get to be free. Step three, make the decision once. See, most people fail at quitting because they keep leaving the door open. They say things like, I'll try to quit. Maybe I'll just cut back. Let's see how long I can last. That's not a decision. That's hesitation. When you finally decide, that's it. The mental weight is gone. All right, now here's the kicker. Once you truly see through the illusion, once you really get that your habit was never actually helping you, you won't miss it. Seriously, you won't sit around craving it. You won't feel deprived. You'll just feel relieved. Because you won't be quitting something you love. You'll be walking away from something that's been draining you. It's like waking up from a bad dream. You don't miss the dream. You're just happy to be awake. That's what freedom feels like. So, if you're listening to this and you've been trying to quit something, I want you to really take this in. You are not giving up anything. You are escaping. And the moment you see that clearly, you're already free. Imagine you're in a dark room. The only thing you can see is the flickering glow of a screen in front of you. You're hypnotized by the images, the stimulation, the endless cycle. Your mind tells you that this is relief, this is pleasure, this is escape, but something isn't right. The more you indulge, the emptier you feel. The more you try to stop, the stronger the craving becomes. You start to believe the trap is unbreakable. But here's the truth. You built the trap, and that means you can unbuild it. James Allen would say that your mind is the master weaver, the craftsman of your destiny. Every habit, every compulsion, every seemingly inescapable addiction is nothing more than the result of thoughts that have been sown, cultivated, and repeated until they became your reality. And just as a gardener can uproot weeds and plant new seeds, so too can you take control of your mind and reshape your life. The Easy Peasy Method echoes this principle at its core. It teaches that the reason people struggle to quit destructive habits isn't because they're weak or powerless, but because they've been conditioned to believe they're losing something valuable. The truth is the opposite. You're not losing anything. You're escaping something that has been quietly controlling you. James Allen puts it this way. A man is literally what he thinks, his character being the complete sum of all his thoughts. And that's the key. If you've spent years thinking, I need this to relax, I need this to feel good, I need this to function, then your reality will be built around those thoughts. You will act in accordance with them, reinforcing the very habit you want to break. But what happens when you change the thought? What if instead you told yourself, I don't need this at all, and I am free? And not just told yourself once, but planted it deeply into your mind, repeating it, reinforcing it, until it became your new reality. This is where the Easy Peasy Method aligns perfectly with Allen's wisdom. The book As a Man Thinketh emphasizes that thoughts don't just shape habits, they shape circumstances. Your external world, the things you do, the choices you make, the way you experience life, is a reflection of your inner world. If you want real, lasting change, you must start at the source. Not with willpower, not with restriction, but with understanding. The Easy Peasy Method doesn't ask you to resist temptation. It helps you see through it. Once you realize that the habit is nothing more than a trick played on your mind, an illusion that offers no real benefit, the desire evaporates. James Allen says, a man is made or unmade by himself. In the armory of thought, he forges the weapons by which he destroys himself. He also fashions the tools with which he builds for himself heavenly mansions of joy, strength, and peace. This means that every thought you hold on to is either a weapon against yourself or a tool for your liberation. If your thoughts have been conditioned by addiction, by self-doubt, by limiting beliefs, then those thoughts are the weapons that keep you trapped. But when you begin to consciously shift your thinking, to replace those old thoughts with clarity, freedom, and truth, you begin forging the tools that will build your escape. This is why willpower alone doesn't work. Willpower fights the symptom without addressing the root cause. The Easy Peasy Method, like James Allen's philosophy, goes straight to the foundation, helping you dismantle the belief system that keeps the habit alive. Imagine you're in that dark room again. This time, instead of feeling powerless, you reach for a light switch. The moment the light turns on, everything is clear. The flickering screen loses its power over you. The illusion shatters. You see it for what it is, just pixels on a screen, nothing more. And in that moment, you realize you were never trapped at all. James Allen writes, "A man does not come to the almshouse or the jail by the tyranny of fate or circumstance, but by the pathway of groveling thoughts and base desires." The same is true of addiction. It isn't an external force imprisoning you. It's an internal illusion that you have the power to dissolve. And the best part? You don't need to wait. You don't need to struggle. You don't need to fight. Once you understand that the craving is nothing more than a mental trick, once you truly see that the habit has no real benefit, you're free. No suffering, no deprivation, just relief. James Allen reminds us, circumstance does not make the man. It reveals him to himself. If your circumstances today show struggle, it is only a reflection of the thoughts that have shaped your past. But your future? That is yours to create. That is yours to shape. One thought at a time. So let's take a moment to reflect. What thoughts have you been weaving into your life? Have they been ones of freedom, confidence, and clarity? Or have they been threads of doubt, fear, and illusion? Today is the day to start reweaving your reality, to look at the habits that no longer serve you, not with fear or resistance, but with clarity, to see them for what they truly are, nothing more than mental patterns that you have the power to change. Because the truth is, you were never actually trapped. The door has been open the whole time. You just needed to see it. Until next time, keep weaving your mind with intention. You are the master weaver of your destiny, and the life you create is entirely in your hands. Please rate this podcast, share it, or give a comment. It helps more people hear what they need. We're breaking chains and reclaiming joy, one honest step at a time. Keep showing up, stay curious, and trust this. You're doing better than you think.